And as they have decided to go after immigrants and and things like that, and they've said, oh, they taking your black jobs. They taking your black jobs. Not really. They are obviously jobs that they want us to go back to, such as work in the fields, all right? Those immigrants that come into our country, they work the fields, something that we ain't done in a long time. And clearly, he is trying to make us go back to the fields.
Texas, what are y'all doing? Are y'all really proud of the representation y'all getting from Jasmine Crockett? I'm serious. Are y'all proud at the way Jasmine Crockett carries herself in Congress? Jasmine Crockett is a racist, trashy, ghetto piece of mess. Yup, I said it. Y'all get mad at me all y'all want. I stand 10 toes down on what I said. I said it, I meant it. She's a ghetto, trashy, racist piece of crap. Jasmine Crockett's mouth is completely filthy to be in Congress. For her to be representing the American people, her mouth is filthy. She don't even know when to cut it off. I don't care what she say at home and how she talk at home, but when you're in Congress representing the people of the United States of America, representing the people of your district, you should know how to act and how to control yourself. Her mouth is ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong. My mouth can be ridiculous sometimes, but I'm not in Congress. I'm not representing a certain district of people who put me in office. And you can best believe if I was, I would know how to act and how to carry myself. Even if you disagree with someone, you should know how to carry yourself. Jasmine Crockett is a piece of ghetto trash. And I'm so sick of y'all out here telling myself, oh, Jasmine Crockett is a strong black woman. Jasmine Crockett don't take no mess. Oh, Jasmine Crockett, she'll tell you off. Jasmine Crockett is a ghetto piece of trash who do not know how to control herself or do not know how to act in Congress. And it is what it is. I mean, are y'all really proud of this? Women, are we? Is this what represent us? Are these the type of women that we want representing us in Congress? I'm serious. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, Latino. I don't care what you are. Is this what you want representing us as women? And stop lumping all us black women up together, acting like we agree with this bull crap that Jasmine Crockett doing, because we don't. Jasmine Crockett is a mess. Texas, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing, Texas? At this point, everything is a joke. This is a joke. The Democratic Party already is a joke. And if Jasmine Crockett is supposed to be the new face of the Democratic Party, she's supposed to be the new leader of the Democratic Party. Child, y'all in more trouble than I even thought. And it is what it is.
So, you see I got my Bama hat on. It's time to go in on somebody. Now, I typically don't go in on people because this channel is all about speaking the truth in love, and it's all about coming against ideas and ideology. But when you see somebody who is putting up a front so hard to make black people continue to vote for the Democratic Party, to make black people to continue to see themselves as victims, as oppressed, who is spewing all kind of filth and garbage, you have to talk about it. And I'm talking about Jasmine Crockett. That congresswoman from Texas, the one that somehow is now elevated as the face of the Democratic Party. If you don't know who Jasmine Crockett is, here's a montage of some of her greatest hits.
This is not what we should be doing. I don't even know why we fighting with Greenland. Why we fighting with Greenland? We fighting with Canada. We fighting with Mexico. Yet we in love with Putin. What is happening? Like, this is not America. This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the up, because I'm ready to get on with it.
Thank you for making the back of my head famous. But second of all, if we could do a sequel, if you could tell Donald Trump anything tonight, what would you tell him?
I would tell him to grow a spine and stop being Putin's hoe. While we may not have the numbers just yet, that doesn't mean that we don't have fight left in our bodies. And so I am going to fight him every step of the way until we get what we deserve, because it was my ancestors that built this. Okay, I'm done now.
He's hearing all kinds of nonsense. And let me just be real. And we weren't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't, you know. We showed up, and if he had some sense, then maybe we would have been about that life. But y'all know he ain't got no sense. So please give some love. This took a little bit of coordinating to do, for sure. We got some cool shirts. We got Madam Williams.
This is very simple. We right now have a white supremacist that is sitting in the White House. He is backed up by other white supremacists. And if you really want to know who the criminals are in this country, you can Google it. You don't have to trust me. But the people that commit 80% of the most violent crimes in this country are white supremacists. Yet for whatever reason, they sit and they serve at the pleasure of the president. They are the ones that were there on January 6th, tearing our democracy down physically. And now we have them tearing us down right here from within. I am tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are competent, you are not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel away and why you can't make me doubt who I am is because I know that I had to work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor Greene or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. This is why they don't want us to have education. This is why they are trying to literally say we won't fund the HBCUs, because they know that if they've already gone after affirmative action and they're saying, you know what, don't allow them to come into, say, these PWIs, as we call them, don't allow them to come into these institutions. We know why they created the HBCUs in the first place. It was because they wouldn't allow us into the white institutions. And so now they're not allowing us in. And now they're saying, you know what, we're also going to defund the HBCUs. You know why? Because they don't want any more Kamala Harrises. They don't want any more Jasmine Crockett's. But I got news for them. I don't care what they do. We will fight to the end to make sure that we get our due. Because again, if you want to talk about the people that shouldn't be in this country, you probably need to look in the mirror, because the last time I checked, the Native Americans who Summer ICE have been rounding up, or the Puerto Ricans who are absolutely Americans, listen, the only people that came and colonized this place are your ancestors, Trump.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
That's it.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
I'm trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to strike those
words. I had no idea what
words.
you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You just voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get
Ms. Crockett,
clarification.
you're not recognized. Ms. Crockett.
I can't hear you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can you please calm
don't
down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk
calm
noise
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
outside
shit
the
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr. Chairman.
Chair.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I'm 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I'm
Order,
reclaiming my
please. Let's go.
time.
It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the flow.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck. Mustard on a beat, bro, deep boat, any rap, he a freak though, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, let them boys to the cross, they walk around like G's, what's up with these?
And that wasn't even the half of what I could play. But you know what is so appalling about Jasmine Crockett? Is that she didn't grow up like that. She didn't grow up in the hood. She didn't grow up being all ghetto and trashy. She's putting on an act. Jasmine Crockett, based upon information I've come across, grew up in the church. She's a church girl. She went to Catholic school. Jasmine Crockett is very intelligent. Jasmine Crockett is not ghetto. But because Jasmine Crockett is playing a role that the white liberals want her to play in order to reach black women, in order for black women to be this resistance to Trump and white supremacists, yeah, you the 92%. We stayed on business. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett represents us. Oh, she does? A loudmouth, ignorant, unabashed, racist? That's what black women, that's who represents you? Jasmine Crockett, a loudmouth, out of place, insubordinate, disrespectful woman. See, that's the trick they play on the black community, especially black women. They want you to think that, oh, it's great to be a strong, black, independent woman. I can speak my mind and nothing will come of it. Jasmine Crockett is playing this Sista Act role to keep you voting for the Democratic Party, to keep you aggravated. You know how I talk about that black triumvirate of the black pastors, the black community leaders, the black Greek organizations, the Freemasons, the athletes and entertainers, the media, academia, and politicians. They all conspire to keep black people in a permanent state of victimhood, and they do this by keeping you upset and keeping you aggravated. And Jasmine Crockett is just being used to galvanize your anger against your own benefit. But they know that black people, by and large, were emotional people, and especially black women can be easily steered by emotions. So what do? They dispatch Jasmine Crockett to act ghetto and ignorant, and that is supposed to represent the resistance, black women. But this is Jasmine Crockett when she was running for Congress.
Absolutely. First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. You know, no one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress. It's just not what my plan was. But what I've always decided is that I would step up when there was a need. But when she called me and said, I think it's time for me to retire, and you're the one that I believe should take my seat, I really was kind of caught off guard. I didn't anticipate that. If anyone knows anything about the Congresswoman, they know. You know, the congressional seat is over 4 times as large as my House seat. And I was just starting to get into the rhythm of doing constituent services and things like that.
And you see, that's the frustrating thing when it comes to people like Jasmine Crockett. Why can't you just be your authentic self? There's nothing wrong with you sounding intelligent and being a black woman. But in order for you to be black, based upon the idea of the white liberals and the Marxists and the communists and the socialists, you got to be ghetto. You got to be ignorant. You got to speak with no sense. That's blackness in 2025. And if you talk with any type of intelligence, you sound white. That's white supremacy. Well, that's been going on for a long time. But it's especially the case now. If you sound any way intelligent, you are bowing down to white supremacy. That is whiteness. And see, the problem is, this stuff works. Because they know the majority of black folks will fall for this ignorance, will fall for this foolishness, because they are I was thinking about this for a while. Whose idea was it? And somebody, please let me know in the comments. Whose idea was it for black people to hate Donald Trump? And you know, I don't talk about Donald Trump a lot on this channel, but whose idea was it for black people to hate Donald Trump, especially black Christians? Who planted that seed in the minds of black Christians that you must hate Donald Trump? And when was that seed planted? I give you a little hint. It's these church plant pastors who stand up in their pulpits every Sunday. Why does Jasmine Crockett feel the need to play this Sista Act role in order to galvanize black women? Why can't she just be herself? It's a fake. She ain't about that life. All she is doing is making the people that support her, who run up behind her and think this is how you're supposed to act, victims. Man, we're not victims. We are empowered for greatness.